This is going to be the best way to level up your character with the release of Ragnarok M Global in 5 easy steps. So let's get right to it with step number 1, and that is going to be to do quests until your character is level 15. Now, once you actually enter the world of Ragnarok M, you're not really going to have too much to do besides the main story quests and the tutorial. There's going to be a whole bunch of different things on your map, and I'll just explain the very basics for newer players. But when you take a look at your map, you're going to see a bunch of exclamation points in the starting zone. They're going to have different colors. So you're going to have your red exclamation points, you're going to have your green exclamation points, and a little later, you're going to see the ones that I have a bunch of on my map, and those are your blue exclamation points. So you want to do quests up until level 15, but you also want to focus on doing the red exclamation points first, because those are going to be your main quests. They're going to give you the best rewards, the most experience, the most zenny, and you want to focus on those. Then you want to focus on the green ones. Those are going to be your side quests. They're still good. They will give you experience, zenny, and rewards, and some of them are very important, but you want to definitely make sure to do the red ones first, because those will give you quite a bit more experience and rewards. Once you get to a certain point, you'll start unlocking the blue ones, and the blue ones are going to be time limited or your daily quests, and I'll actually talk about that in just a second. But first of all is make sure to just do your red and your green quests until your character gets to level 15. Step number 2 is when you do get your character to level 15, you're going to reach a big milestone when it comes to getting experience, and you're going to unlock your daily mission board. Now, I'm actually standing right next to the daily mission board right here. If you click on it, you'll see a whole bunch of different missions that you can do each day. They're going to reward you with base experience, job experience, zenny, and also a certain item reward as well. Now, you can end up doing 10 of them each day. You can see when they refresh, and also as you keep doing more of the daily missions from the mission board, you'll actually get more and more rewards from completing them. Now, step number 2 is actually really important depending on how much you actually play Ragnarok M. If you have more time to play Ragnarok M, this step is going to be a little bit different. But if you're very limited on the amount of time that you have, definitely make sure to start doing your daily missions right away. Even at level 15, you want to make sure to do those because they do reset each day at a certain time period. If you don't end up doing them, you're going to lose the experience and the rewards that you could have gotten from doing them. Regular quests, you can always end up going back and doing them later. It doesn't really matter if you end up skipping them for a little while, but the daily mission board, you definitely want to make sure to work on those and get them done before each daily reset. Now, if you have more time to play Ragnarok M, then you don't have to start doing your daily missions right away. You can actually keep doing your regular red quests, which are your main quests, your green quests, which are your side quests, and you can keep just playing the quests in the game until level 22. But very, very important is no matter how much you play Ragnarok M, make sure you try to do the missions on the daily mission board before the daily reset, because if you don't, you're going to lose the rewards and the experience that you could have gotten. Now, level 22 is going to be another really important milestone for experience in Ragnarok M, and that is going to unlock your monster resistance quests. Now, you can get the monster resistance quests with the NPC right next to the daily mission board right here. And you can actually check how many times you could do it by clicking check attempts. Today, you've joined the monster resistance 0 times, remaining 6 times. So you can do the monster resistance quests twice each day, but very importantly, if you don't end up doing them one day, that's totally okay, because you can actually end up stacking it up to 6 times. So you get 2 each day, and if you miss a day, that's totally fine. You can end up doing 4 the next day. Even if you miss 2 days, that's totally fine. You can end up doing 6 of them on the 3rd day, but definitely make sure that you start doing them at some point, because after 6, you're going to end up having those go to waste. Now, monster resistance is very important. You can see on the right side of my screen what it actually does. It's going to give you 10 times the experience from killing monsters, and that is huge. That is going to start leveling up your character very, very quickly once you get to level 22, and the monster resistance quest is going to end once you've actually gotten a certain number of experience. Now, it's going to suggest where to kill monsters, but you can actually just end up doing this from any monsters in the game. Any monsters that give you experience will start counting towards the experience for your monster resistance, and once this number gets to 0, you want to end up going back to the monster resistance NPC, turning it in for some more rewards, and then picking it up again. So that is going to be huge and definitely give you a bunch of experience and many, many quick levels once you get your character to level 22. So that is going to be step number 3. Now, step number 4 has to do with probably one of the most important resources in the game. I've talked about it a little bit before in a couple other videos, so if you guys want some more information about it, feel free to check out some of the other videos in the channel, but it has to do with making sure to use your combat time efficiently and wisely. Now, combat time is a very important resource. You can check it by going to the settings, and you can see how much time that you have available. Now, each day you're going to end up getting 300 minutes of combat time at the daily reset, and you can actually end up stacking it up to 900 minutes, just like I have on my character. So very similar to the monster resistance quests. If you don't end up using all of your combat time one day, that's okay. You can end up skipping a day, even 2 days, and still have access to that combat time. But also, very importantly, like the monster resistance, once you end up getting to a certain point, definitely make sure that you are using all of your combat time, because it is going to be how you're getting all the experience from killing monsters, all your loot, your zenny. Very, very important. So you don't want to have what happens to your character like what happened to mine, where I have 900 minutes of combat time and I haven't used any of it. So at this point, if I were to wait until the daily reset, I would actually have all that combat time, the 300 minutes that I would normally get, go to waste. And because this is going to be primarily how you level up your character, how you get zenny and items and loot and all that stuff, you want to make sure to be using it as best as you possibly can. Now, when it comes to combat time as well, there's an item in the game called the Lightning Chain, and what this is going to do is it's going to double the amount of experience, items, and drops that you get from killing monsters, but it's also going to double the speed at which you use combat time. So the Lightning Chain ends up lasting for 60 minutes, so 1 hour, but during the 1 hour that you're killing monsters while using the Lightning Chain, you're getting double the experience, double the drops, double the zenny, but it's also using double the combat time. So even though it only lasts for 1 hour, after using the Lightning Chain for 1 hour, it'll actually use 2 hours of your combat time. Now, this is really important because not only does it actually mean that you can use more of your combat time in less of a period and still get the same rewards, but if you end up having buffs on your character or resources that only have a certain period of time, or if you just can't play the game as much, it's going to allow you to take advantage of that and not have to sit for 5 full hours and use your combat time every single day. One last thing as well when it comes to combat time is you get 300 minutes each day, but you can also get a bonus of 60 minutes by going and listening to music in the first starting zone of the game. So that's another way to get an extra hour of combat time for your character. With all these tips, you should actually get to around level 40 very quickly. This character, I only actually played it for less than 2 days and I'm already level 42. So if you follow these steps, you should get to around this level in just a couple of days. And that's when you can get your second job transfer and the game really starts to get super fun and exciting. So hopefully you guys enjoyed these little tips for the early leveling with the release of Ragnarok M Global. And if you guys enjoyed these tips, of course, consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this and leaving a like as well. If you have any feedback or comments, feel free. I read all the comments and all the videos. And with that all being said, thank you guys for watching. Have a fantastic day. Have a fun start to the global launch of Ragnarok M. And until next time, this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.